Hello there, my name is Jacqueline and welcome to my channel, Never Done That Before. Join me in my planning session as I go through some of my ideas for my upcoming Oscars watching party. As usual, too many ideas, too little time. Will I get it all done? Who knows? Will they work out? I don't know. Stay tuned.
Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Well, today we're doing a little Oscar party prep. So I want to show you some of the DIY projects that I'm planning on doing for this one. Some of them are pretty ambitious, so we'll see what happens. Let me show you the first one. Okay, for the first project, I want to kind of use this is the famous Chinese Grauman's Theater, as my inspiration for the party this year. I want to do it in such a way that my guests feel like they're coming in through the portal, this portal right here of the Chinese Grauman's Theater. So it's a little ambitious, I know, but I think I can maybe do a simplified version of this out of foam core from Dollar Tree. So we'll see. Let me show you some of the thoughts so far and some of the materials. So I did it on SketchUp, and I'll put in some more images of SketchUp so you can get a better sense of what it's supposed to look like. But basically, that is the entrance right here. As you come in, this is the red carpet. This is going to be a piece of black paper. And what I want to do is have the guests be able to imprint their hands on paint, because I'm not going to use cement, and basically leave their handprints and signature on here on this area. Anyway, so the idea is I'll have to build 4 columns. And I'm gonna have to get some structure that I may cover with fabric, and then I'll probably try to cover up with this kind of gold foil that I found at Daiso. That's the thought for that. As you can see, the columns are red, so I found some red paper that I may be able to use for that. Otherwise, I might just paint it, depending on how it goes. I'll probably not do this part and kind of keep that a little bit simpler. So that it's a little bit more doable for me. But basically, this is another, I did it on SketchUp, and then I gave myself a bunch of measurements. As you can see, the idea would be to build 4 columns, and this is sort of like the extension of the column that kind of flares out. So I kind of figure out my proportions and all that, and hopefully it'll come out. We'll see about that. So that's probably the most ambitious project. Over here has some stanchions, which I already made years back. I just have to spiff them up a little bit. I'll show it to you later, but some of the ropes need to be either repainted or I need to cover them with fabric. So that's DIY number 1. These are the stanchions that I made years ago. They're very simple. Basically, it's a wood disc, which I basically spray painted silver. A dowel, also spray painted silver. This is basically a bun feet. You can also buy at the hardware store. And this is an ashtray, which it's hard to find ashtrays now. I don't even know where I found it, but I also spray painted silver. And I believe I had to make the holes in this thing. It doesn't have these holes. And that is where my chain's gonna come. We'll show you in a sec. So basically, I've been storing them all this time. So, what I say, the screw. So basically it's just one screw holding it together. And that's all it takes. And it stands on its own. The base is big enough that it's not an issue. Okay, and for the rope part, this is basically a pool noodle that you can see I spray painted red, but the red doesn't stay on very well. So I'm gonna have to touch it up if I have time. And then this is, I think it's a shower hook, not sure, but basically a plastic hook. And I attached it with tape on each end. And on one over here, and then one over there. And there you go. You got your VIP rope. You know, I take it back. This is actually not a pool noodle. I've forgotten. I did it so many years ago. It's actually an isolating kind of it's in the hardware. It's basically like it is black, but it's kind of meant to isolate, I believe it's conduit. So it's basically a foam thing. But anyway, I think that was a better option than a pool noodle, but whatever works. You could also just make them out of fabric and all that. And I can also cover them up with fabric if I wanted to. But so far, this is what I got. Okay, DIY number 2. And I'll put some other photos of the way I've done it last time, which was a while back. I bought this paparazzi, which basically are plastic and vinyl. They're about 63 inches high. And what I'm gonna do is probably on this side, I do have a wall, so I might be able to stick them on the wall. But on this side, it's open to my living room. So what I did in the past was I used these black things as a cutout, as a stencil, if you will, and I basically gave them support so they could be self-standing. And I made them also of a cardboard or a foam core. I don't remember what I did them with, but the idea is to do that again. So they're going to be basically lining this and this side. So the paparazzi is going to be everywhere. And I'll be able also to use some plants and things like that just to camouflage it. I'll show you some pictures so you understand what I'm talking about. But that's kind of project number 2 is make those paparazzi be able to stand up. Just to give you an idea of kind of what they look like against the wall. What I don't like is that they look very plasticky. I'm gonna see if there's a way of kind of ironing them out, or I think with the heat gun, I might be able to take some of those creases because that kind of ruins the effect. Anyway, project number 3. I found these little cameras at Dollar Tree. I'm gonna paint them black, probably with some accents or something of gold somewhere. And wherever you see them holding a camera, I'll be putting one of these, not on this side, but the freestanding ones. And my husband's gonna make these lights that are gonna basically fit in here, and they're gonna flash randomly because, again, we don't want it to be all in unison. You want it to be in and out, in and out. So this is kind of project number 3. I have some flashing paparazzis. Okay, and for those of you who've seen my previous videos, you probably may remember my little seasonal branch. I took all the Valentine's decor off of it. And what I'm thinking of doing, I kind of made up this kind of game in my head. See, people will basically come in through the red carpet, land over here, past the portal over there. And then basically what I'm gonna do is I've cut out, well, I've actually have to cut them out yet, but I have pictures of all the nominator stars, the actors and the actresses. I didn't do the supporting, but I'm gonna mount them on cardstock, and then I'm gonna hang them from my branch. And this is gonna be the Who Am I game. So whoever can remember the names of these people, I'm able to put them in a list. I'll have to come up with some kind of little list or something where people can write down the who they are. And I'll probably give them numbers, each person, and whoever can guess the most correct names will win a prize. So it's sort of the core and game at the same time. Okay, next project. I want to basically for this table, which is the dining table, which we will not be using on the day of the party, but I want to kind of set something up because people will be coming in through the main door, through the portal, and I don't want them to be able to see something when they get here. So the thought is I want to mount this on foam core as well and have them basically stand. Probably will give a different level so it looks more interesting. I may make some smaller, but these are all the movies that were nominated this year. So it's gonna be like a little movie gallery, so to speak, in case, you know, people want to remember what was what. And also in this table, this with all their game cards will be their bingo card, Oscar bingo, as well as their Oscar ballot, so they can start marking those up as soon as they get in the door. Next project. I want to do some popcorn, of course, and I bought some different kind of flavor popcorn. And I found these at the thrift store, and I thought this would be great for that. I also saw this other idea, which I'll pop a picture of it, to make a kind of tuxedo kind of popcorn cones. So I thought the only thing with those is there's no way of standing, and I want them to kind of stand. So I thought, well, I could just dress this up like tuxedos. I probably can use some of the black and the white paper and make them kind of look like little tuxedos. So this will be getting dressed up for the Oscars as well. And finally, my last project, for those of you who remember my Parisian window, there it is. I thought instead of taking it apart, I could repurpose it for this party. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the Paris shower curtain off, of course, but I got a new one. Of what? Of LA at night. I thought it was kind of pretty. And it's about the same dimensions. And I'm gonna put in front of it more paparazzi. This I'll probably be cutting out of the foam core. So it looks like they're peeking in through the window. And the Mullins will go on top of it. But that was gonna be the paparazzi window. Coming in through the window everywhere. We're gonna be attacked by paparazzi. Again, it'll look better when it's all, And for this one, I probably will not use the cameras, but I have other lights that I'm gonna put behind that are gonna flash. So that will be what's going on with that. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this quick little overview of kind of some of the planning going on for my next theme party, which is Oscar's party, which is happening really soon. So I need to get going with this. Wish me luck. I hope they all turn out. And these are just some of the things I'm doing. I'm doing a bunch of other little things and setting a bunch of stuff. But these are kind of the major projects, especially that little pagoda. We'll see how it goes. See you soon.